Guys, Ryan Bidoff here, blogging from paradise. First things first, before we dive into this beautiful Google Hangout that's live, and that will be recorded and published to my blog post, to my blog at bloggingfromparadise.com. You're wondering the hair. Toothpaste. Toothpaste is how I do it. I learned that trick from Billy Idol, believe it or not. Not personally, although I would have loved for it, because I'm a huge fan of The White Wedding and his other songs. But the thing is, guys, if you want to grow your hair out and put it up like this, you can go, and you see a little bit of the flex. You can go with traditional gel or toothpaste, and toothpaste works so much better. I saw a little trim going. So that's that. That's the Bob's Big Boy haircut you may be appreciating. Now, for the Hangout, we're talking about how to blog and the blogging series, the Blogging Paradise series, all these Google Hangouts I'm getting cool feedback with, and I'm just having fun with them, so I'm rolling with them, and I'm going to keep doing them. One of the biggest benefits of doing these live Hangouts is not even inviting people on if you don't want to do that, because I'm just doing it for the recording. The whole idea of record a long form video and it goes automatically to YouTube, whether 15, 25, 30 minutes. I mean, I have good internet speed here back in the States for a little bit, but I'm just going with it. So I just wanted to dive into this topic, and it's going to be really interesting because there's going to be a little surprise midway through the video, and you know where it's going if you've read the description for the Google Hangout, which I'm assuming you have. I hope so. How to write and publish an ebook in 24 hours. Now, I could have switched it over to self-publish. Already wrote the book, already created the title, created the cover, or had Phil Dews create the cover, of course. My designer, Phil Dews. Get in touch with the guy. But why would you want to be able to write and publish an ebook in 24 hours? Why not? A lot of people have this idea in their mind, a lot of bloggers, that writing an ebook should be an event that takes months or even up to a year, that has to be hundreds of pages, 50,000, 100,000 words. This doesn't have to be the case. Amazon has a neat, tidy little category called, I believe, 30 to 45-minute reads, like this, little smidgy. And this is where this is at. I delve into the tips in an ebook. Uh-oh, cat's out the bag. That's the lead-in. That's the lead-in. We're going to be going down that road. The ebook that I've written on Amazon, how to write and publish an ebook in 24 hours. And I delve into that idea, shorter ebooks, 7,000, 10,000, most 15,000 words. That's what a lot of people are looking for these days, because they're reading them on their mobile devices, on their phones, and especially for my niche, folks don't want War and Peace. They don't really want that in-depth, huge treatise. In some cases they do, but in a lot of cases they don't. They just want a quick and dirty framework to be able to dive into the topic and really feast on it. So first off, before you do anything, you got to know why. And that's tip number one. But before we get to tip number one, why would you want to write an ebook? Branding gold. Gain the trust of your blogging audience, your audience, whoever. Develop a passive income stream. When you write an ebook, you self-publish it to Amazon. Around the clock, people are going to be searching for the topic, or they're just going to find you, or you'll throw salt over your shoulder and you'll sacrifice a little. No, we're not into the black magic here. We're not in Bali any longer. And even there, the white magic is prevalent. Don't believe the hype. That coffee's really kicked in. But guys, you want to write the ebook because it's going to become traffic generator, help you build trust, passive income stream. Most of all, though, it's fun. It's really fun to get your ideas down into a Word doc, format them, put them on Amazon. You get a sense of accomplishment. It's just enjoyable. So that's the main reason why I'd want to write an ebook. Now, how to actually write and publish an ebook in 24 hours. Number one, I'm going to look at this. Know why and make it freeing. I'm reading off of something. Oh no, this isn't scripted, is it? Of course not. But I'm reading out of an ebook. Lead in, plug. The ebook I wrote, exactly how to write and publish an ebook in 24 hours. Now, guys, I'll give you practical tips. You get them on my blog. You get them in my ebooks. You could find them in a zillion different places. The main problem with the practical tips drunkenness that most bloggers experience, where they have so much information, but they don't do anything with it, and their mind is scattered like a horse on a combination of Special K, which is a horse steroid, PEDs, performance-enhancing drugs, espresso, hydroxycut. I don't think it's on the market anymore, thank God, because you should have. Oh man, long story back when I was into the bodybuilding and the hydroxycut many decades ago now. Feds aren't watching, but anyway, the reason why your mind might be racing and why most bloggers struggle like hell when they even think about writing an ebook over 6 months, let alone 24 hours, or let alone 3 months, let alone 24 hours, they can't wrap their mind around the idea that they could sit down and write an ebook. It just seems impossible to them. And the reason it seems impossible to most bloggers when they never even bother with it or they struggle like hell is because mentally they're not aligned with it. They're not aligned with the being so they can move into the more effortless, enjoyable doing. Guys, this is an inside-outside deal, just like life in general. And that's what I stress with my 11 Fundamental Successful Blogging audio series. And it's really in-depth. I go into this stuff because I fricked up for so many years. I had such a tough time because I just did without checking my being. Now, this first reason, this first step, how to write and publish an ebook in 24 hours, when you read that title, it may sound totally impossible to you. Because even if I say 7,000 word ebook, that's like a long form, in-depth post. That's a pillar post length. 7,000 word ebook. It's still going to seem impossible because to a lot of folks it takes 3 days, a week, 2 weeks. Now the idea is not to rush the process. The idea is to move into the being, to be the person who does it, to raise your vibe and raise your vibe and raise your vibe and raise your vibe. So it dissolves all those limiting beliefs and you read the title and say, hey, I could do that. That'd be awesome. That'd be so exciting. You know, I'm going to clear out my schedule and do it today. That's where the magic happens. That's when you write the ebook in 24 hours. That's when you start doing epic stuff and inspiring folks. But you have to align with that being, and you align with that being by knowing why and making it free. And more than that, even making it fun. Because it's got to be free. You got to know why I want to be free, but you got to want to have fun. Because when you have fun doing something, you don't look at the clock. You fall in love with the process, with the fun, and the fun is the reward itself. So that's tip number one. And this is the tip of tips, because if you don't get this down, and it seems like every other freaking blog post, I preface it with this idea. Know why. Or have fun. Make sure what you're doing is fun. And it's because if you don't get this tip down, I don't care. I can friggin' share 450 solid, actionable, practical tips till the cows come home. Still, you may find yourself in that lot of the 80% plus 80% of bloggers. I really beat this tip to death. There's a good reason for it. 80% of bloggers who never make more than $100 during the whole entire online career. And you're not going to base your success on money outcomes per se. But unless you're living in a country where the cost of living is really, really cheap, or you're particularly detached, you're like the monks I used to see in Chiang Mai, Thailand, or Pak Nong Pran, or Phuket. Not as many in Phuket. They're not like Patong. Patong's more like Mos Eisley of Star Wars fame. But they are in the area. Unless you're like these folks, that $100 number ain't going to work for you. It's going to be kind of depressing. You kind of want to make maybe like 110 bucks. It's a joke. A little bit more than that, you know, it's just nice, you know. I mean, you're going to be having fun. You're going to be enjoying the process. It's going to be freeing. It's just going to be such a blast. And then things will take off. But most bloggers don't make more than a bill, more than a C note. It's $100. Because they don't have this fun thing down. They're not having fun. Everything's a struggle. It's straining. It's striving. They look at the title of this book. They say, bullshit. This guy's full of shit. Or that's impossible for me. I can't write 100 words in a sitting. When you get that down, and what you do is you write down on a piece of paper what's most fun to you. What can you gab about all day long? For me, as this shakes more and more, I'm trying to be calm here. Putting on a couch to get the optimal lighting. For me, the absolute key, Look at my Bali shirt. ADD here. The key of keys, guys, for me, is to just do what's fun to me when it comes to writing ebooks. When you can talk about something all day long, write about it and put it in an ebook, and you'll find the words will flow freely, easily. There goes 1,000 words. There goes 2,500 words. Oh my God, 4,000 words in like 6-7 hours. And what happens is when you're writing your fun, you're following your fun, and it's whatever you most enjoy writing about, talking about, and write about it. The words are just you're gonna let in the ideas, you're gonna let in the words, you're gonna write, you're gonna write, you're gonna write, you're gonna be in your flow. And the more you're in your flow, the more things are gonna take off. It's gonna be like an avalanche effect, an absolute snowballing. And you're gonna keep going and keep going and keep going. And after 4 or 5 hours, you're gonna complete the book. You'll reach 6,000, 7,000 words. You don't have to make it 7,000. You can make it 5,000 or 6,000. It's the message, it's the value in it. I just prefer 7. That's kind of a nice little benchmark for me. I just feel good writing about something, a 7,000 word topic. And I've done 15,000 word ebooks, and that's that. But guys, get rid of the idea that an ebook, that day has died. An ebook is just a digital, an electronic version of a novel, of War and Peace, of the Bible. I don't know why I said Bible. It's really the Bible. But get rid of that idea, and when you get rid of that idea, then you could say, okay, 5K, 6K, 7K words sounds good. When you start writing what you love, you just keep writing. And that's when the 24 hours goes away. You're not even thinking about time. You're in the moment. Forget about time and space. You've entered into this Buddha-like blogging realm that Biddulph sometimes resides in for seconds at a time. Not for moments. Things just flow. And you'll find you'll hit that word count really, really easily. Not the first day you try it, maybe not the second or the third day, but you know what's going to happen. The more you write, the more you write. And you're writing about what you love. This is not grunt work. This is not forced. That's why most people frick up online. They fuck up. They screw up. They fail. And it's why I failed for so many years. I just force. Now I do fun. I don't know why I'm doing this, but probably you don't want to. This is more force. And this is more fun. So if you're doing the ebook in a day bit, there's Buddy Boy in the background. You want to see a really hairy dog who's awesome on the couch? Buddy Boy. No, he's out cold, man. I'm gonna walk him in a little bit. Awesome house sit here. Beautiful Red Bank, New Jersey. Down the Jersey Shore. So guys, that's the first thing you absolutely need to do. Write it down on a piece of paper you want to do. You have fun. You enjoy the process. Who's that? I'm assuming it's the garbage man. I hope so. I think so. Fall in love with the process. And when you fall in love with the process, you're just having fun. The words are going to flow. And that's when you energetically align yourself to make this possible, to dive into the writing process, to open up to this possibility that, hey, I could actually do this, and you'll be well on your way. So that's number one. Follow your fun. It's got to be freeing, because you're going to run into so many different mental blocks if you don't take this road. And even if you take this road, you're still going to maybe run into some mental blocks here and there. So when you follow your fun, it's going to be really freeing. You know, what's your why? And for me, it's always been to travel the world. Even if it was weak at times, I want to travel the world and have fun doing it. And my passions grew in my being as I continued to follow that wonderful path. Here I am. And guys, I mean, writing and publishing an ebook in 24 hours, I was doing it every single day for 3 months in a row. A 7,000 word ebook. I would write it, I'd proofread it, and I'd publish it within 24 hours. And sometimes I'd start at 7 in the morning, it would be 12 hours. And by 7 at night, it would be live on Amazon. I'd publish it, and an hour or two later, Amazon would be like, there you go, buddy. You know, I have 124 ebooks I've written and self-published on Amazon, from 7,000 to 15,000 words. The first 7 or 10, 15K, all the rest 7,000, maybe a couple 6,000 in there. They're power-packed. They're really, really helpful. They're inspired. I have a lot of practical tips, a lot of inner world tips, and it's fun, and they're colorful. They're very unlike any blogging tips book or travel books that you've probably read. And it's just because it's my color. It's the Blogging Paradise brand, and I love doing it. I know that's shown through. So I have practiced doing this. I did it every single day for 3 months in a row. wrote and published an ebook in 24 hours. And you could do it too. That's the beauty of it when you follow your fun. So that's number one. Alrighty, Ryan, let's go to chapter 2 in the ebook that you're going to plug at the end of this. Good old hangout. Write in quiet for as many hours as possible. Now, folks sometimes go in a different direction with this. They love the music. Totally okay if that's your thing. Most people that I know, and from my experience, if you're going to write 7,000 words in 24 hours, then edit it, proofread it, edit it. Well, first you're going to write the 7,000 words, 24 hours within. It's going to be less than 24 hours because you have to have save time for editing it. So you're going to edit, and that's going to take you a few hours probably, at least an hour and a half. Maybe not. Then you're going to format it properly so you could submit it to Amazon. And then you're going to submit it, set it up properly with your keywords, a description there, and then publish. And all this is going to happen within a 24-hour time frame. And like I said, I was getting down to 12 hours some days. Started at 7 in the morning when I was in Bali. Jimbaran, awesome, beautiful place. I went on this tear. I was doing it in sometimes 12 hours, 7 to 7, but 24 hours every single day for 3 months. I did this every day. This is about 90 days in a row. You got to do it in quiet. For me, that was me. What's that noise? Place haunted. I don't think Red Bank's not known for that. It's more South Jersey. Really South Jersey. Mullica Hill. And by my sis and whole other story. When you're in quiet and you're going to put time in 2, 3, 4 hours a day, you're doing what you love so you lose track of time, you're writing what you love, you're following your fun, what's naturally going to happen as you go more and more in quiet, the world's words, I'm going to get that down eventually, the words will flow to and through you, and you write, and the ego bullshit monkey mind chatter, you can't do this, you have no ideas, this is hard, where's your information, blah, 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 blah. That's loud in most folks' minds in the beginning. But when you go into quiet, that gets quieter and quieter and quieter, and then you just write in peace. And you write, and you're not forcing things, you're not pushing it. You just casually write, and then you keep writing, and then you keep writing, and then you keep writing. And 7 hours later, you've written 7,000 words. Now, of course, as you're in quiet, you're going to take 5 to 10 minute breaks each hour. You're not going straight through. You're going to break to pull back, to relax, to see if you're forcing things, because force negates and power attracts, and you're writing in that calm, peaceful space, coming from a place of power. The universe is acting through you, and you're going to do things that make people say, holy shit, how'd they do it? And this is going to be one of the things you do. Writing and publishing an ebook in 24 hours. When you add music, it could definitely inspire you to the mix, or TV. But what it usually does for most folks, it's a little con game. It's noise. It's not white noise. It's that. And for some folks it is, but for a lot of folks, it adds to the loudness around them, which adds to the loudness in their mind, which feeds the monkey mind, which will fuel your limiting beliefs. It will fuel your limiting beliefs. I wanted to say that right. Always? Not necessarily. Some folks just thrive off it. The key is, though, when these folks tell you, I work so well in this vein, this way, and I'm not denying it, I'm sure they do. Ask them if they've written and self-published an ebook in 24 hours, 3 months in a row, every single day. Every single day. Every single day. I was finished. Sometimes I'd write these ebooks in 3, 4 hours. Like literally, I would sit down 4 hours later, 7,000 words, done. Drop the mic. Boom. Walk away. You've seen the bit when they're just like throwing it down, and man, I haven't touched a weight in so long. I'm doing okay. I haven't really become a real skinny whatever. But the thing is, dudes and dudettes, go with your flow, follow your fun. And if it says to do it with the music in the background and stuff going on, it's fine. But usually where your attention energy, well, always where your attention energy goes, grows. And if your attention energy is kind of focused on that a little bit, even background, and not as much on your book, not 100%, or just writing and being calm and being in the moment, you're not going to be able to just let the ideas flow through you and complete the book. Because that's the thing, writing is just one part of it. You got to self-edit or hire someone to format it for you, edit it for you, and that takes a little bit of time. We're doing this in a day. Now, you don't have to do it in a day, but when you get really good at it and you have more and more fun with it, you kind of say to yourself, why don't I put out more content? It's fun. Why don't I put them out there? Put them on the Google of lovely ebooks and paperbacks, the digital storefront, the Google digital storefronts, Amazon. You know, why not do it? So that, my friends, is one of the reasons why you want to go into quiet. It's going to be so much easier. You're going to turn things out so much more quickly, not from a place of force, but it'll happen with so much less effort, increasingly less effort, because you'll be in quiet. Now I'm going to share another tip. So write in quiet for as many hours as possible. 7,000 word post, I think we're talking 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably going to take you between 5 and 7, but as you're writing, it's going to flow. The first time you try this, it may not work. But then again, it may, because when you're really following your fun, most people could gab about some one topic all day long. A lot of other people can write about that topic all day long. It's just melding the two together, and not so much practicing your writing, but sitting down and doing it and getting 1 and 2 down. It's the inner world, guys. You're following your fun, you're enjoying it, you feel free, then you're going into quiet, and this stuff's going to flow through you. You're going to get through all the ego blocks, all this monkey mind garbage that paralyzed me for so long, to where I didn't even bother writing your book. I was so terrified. I thought I was just trash. I thought it was garbage. Now, maybe many of these are not much more than trash or garbage. Self-deprecation. I've been endorsed by New York Times bestselling authors, and, you know, that's what they say. And I've spoken to NYU about them. You know, how many bloggers speak at NYU about blogging books? Hey, that's what they say, not me. They're good. They're fun, you know, whatever. But I don't think it's really a big deal. I think that's what other people say, and that's what it is. So, you know, they're fun, they're value-packed, and all that good stuff. Because that's another thing that probably comes up in folks' minds, the monkey mind, playing these games too. What type of quality are they going to be? Awesome quality. If you do what you love, and you follow your fun, and you have a freeing why, you know, I'm going to do this, it's so much fun, it's so much fun. And you go into quiet and let the universe act through you, it's going to be a masterpiece every time. So, one more tip. Write first, edit later. This is the third tip. I am such a huge fan of just going long form, writing, blog posts. I have a couple guest posts up today, or well, whatever. From the day I'm filming / shooting this, I have my post, a guest post of blogging tips. I'll have another post on my wife Kelly's blog at livelifemadetorder.com in a few days, and I might be writing another. And with these ebooks, it's all flow. So what you want to do, if you want to be prolific and you love doing what you do, you write, you reckless abandon, you let everything go. You don't think of criticism, you don't think, oh, it's it. Because what you want to do is stay in flow. Then you edit later. And I'm talking beginning to end, 6,000, 7,000 words. You're going to take breaks every hour, 5 to 10 minutes, to stay light and detached, but then you're going to hop back in, have fun with it, and just write. What happens is when you stop to edit every other sentence or every other chat, whatever it is, you just keep popping in to edit every 5, 10, 15 minutes, or you see something, that breaks the flow, and it slows everything down. And writing an ebook in a day becomes a week, becomes a month, and you're like, I don't quite like that. That's not good. And it just becomes this little stupid, silly game that builds up in your mind that really, it's a mind F. You know, I've already sworn, but I want to, you know, these people out walking and running. Good for them. I got to get out and take the dogs out soon. So write first, edit later. Write first. Write all the way through. Edit just blocks the flow. Edit adds days and weeks. Editing, writing, and going back and forth to the time frame. And you're not going to enjoy it as much. It's become like wearing a heavy leaden weight. So that is the third tip. Now I have a bunch of other tips for you. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow. 7 other tips for you, and they're long form and chapters of an ebook, but you're going to have to pick up the ebook. You know what's coming, and it's a really fun read. You're going to have to pick it up, read it. Read the ebook, How to Write and Publish an Ebook in 24 Hours, and it's on Amazon. I'll include the link to the side below. Click on that link below. It's How to Write and Publish an Ebook within 24 hours. And it's really jam-packed with practical tips to help you grow your brand. Have loads of fun, first off, because it's fun to write and publish ebooks. Generate a nice passive income stream. Because when you could do this in 24 hours and you get this down, you have a lot of topics. It's basically like a long-form blog post. It's going to take a little extra time, and you'll see when you dive into the other tips after you read the book. Really, really helpful stuff. And guys, this is the exact stuff I've done to align myself. This is a former security guard, former absolute bum. Well, I'm not that much of a bum, but I was living on the dole, unemployment, really had a tough time. I had no freaking idea what the online world was. I mean, I didn't even know about Amazon. I didn't know about eBook. I didn't know anything about blogging. And if I, with the help of some friends, some really successful folks, have taught myself how to get the inner world clear and, what practical tips to move into regularly to write and publish an ebook in 24 hours and to do it for 3 months straight, and they're good. I've got world-renowned endorsements, and recently I've been on Forbes.com. I've been featured on Forbes.com. I've been featured on Richard Branson's Virgin blog. I'm blessed in these opportunities. I let it in, and the bribe money was delivered in time. No, I'm joking. I really am blessed to have these opportunities come to me, but it's good stuff. How many people live in Fiji for 4 months? And I want to share this with you, and writing ebooks really helped me build my brand, and it'll help you do the same. So guys, just read the ebook, pick it up, click that link, boom, download 1, 2, 3. And then what you do is you read it, you take notes, you enjoy it, you revisit it again. It's a little bit of a study guide, but the inspiration starts with the reading. So I'm going to include the link to the side. You can find it on Amazon. You just want to Google it, How to Write and Publish an Ebook in 24 Hours. You're going to see my smiling mug. And hey, this cover, I shot it in, I shot it in Jimbaran, Bali. Right by the Villa pool. Oh, wow, this place was awesome. This is the stuff I've done to blog from paradise. So click that link, and what you want to do too, if you enjoyed it, only if you enjoyed it, because we give a shit about negative reviews. Who wants to give your attention to something you don't want to draw more people to you, because it's going to fuck up your life too. I've learned that. If you enjoyed the ebook, I think you will, leave me a positive review, a couple lines, a couple paragraphs, whatever it is, and hit the 5-star link. Click on the 5 stars, help spread the word. But I really appreciate your support, guys. How to Write and Publish an Ebook in 24 Hours on Amazon. That's it for today. Share this ebook and this blog post and this Google Hangout with all your buddies. Let's spread the blogging paradise word to help you retire to a life of island hopping through smart blogging. Really fun stuff here. Super key to download that book, to pick it up, to read it for bloggers, because the more you get your name out there with ebooks, you're going to gain the trust. You're going to trust more in yourself. You're going to feel more accomplished. You're going to enjoy the ride. So guys, that's it for today. Until next time, enjoy paradise.